Why did more people trust Morristown Hamlin healthcare system last year? Maybe it's our compassionate, highly skilled ER with round-the-clock emergency surgical services, the area's only cath lab for heart attack patients, our comprehensive regional cancer center with personalized treatment plans, the only local hospital delivering our next generation of babies, and all part of the region's top-performing healthcare network. Morristown Hamlin Healthcare System, a member of Covenant Health.
First of all, it's been quite on both sides of the aisle, and I know the Rotary Club, by the way, is certainly not partisan. And I guess the biggest criticism, Steve, I get in my job is I'm not partisan, but it's very easy for me to talk to any group and not try to tout one side or the other. I think that's not what you wish me to do, certainly at these types of events. But there's been tremendous turmoil, obviously, in our country. It's playing out in the political process right now as surprises occurred on both sides of the aisle in these primaries. And I think the big driving force is, and I think you would say the same thing, is the economic conditions where people really just are having difficulties feeling that the future is going to be better for their kids than it's been for them. I think it's real. If you think about just what's happened in the country technology-wise, globalization is here, and we can try to act as if we can turn back the clock, but all of us who get up in the mornings and use our iPhones we're involved in globalization. I mean, we're dealing with people around the world. We've got 4.5% of the world's population here in America, 22% of the world's gross domestic product we have as Americans. And so we're dealing with the world, and trade is obviously there to trade rules are there to lay the rules of the road so that we try to do those things in a way that benefits our country. But people are seeing the future not being as bright as they thought they would. We have people who've gone to high school and community colleges for a couple of years. They've done everything right in life. They've worked hard. And yet technology is having a huge impact on them. I know that Bill mentioned I'd been in business for a long time. I remember when I started, and in the center of my car, actually I used to drive down the road to construction projects. I'd have to stop at a payphone to make calls to my office and hope that the phone wasn't busy, right, to get a memo out or something. Over time, we ended up with those brick phones in the middle of the car. I don't know if y'all remember those, and if y'all were sitting in if you're sitting in exactly the right place, you could get a signal. Over time, that changed. We used to have FedEx ship all our documents, and to do a contract, it used to take 2 weeks. You'd redline a contract, you'd send it out. They'd send it back to you. By the time you actually entered into a contract, a lot of time has gone by. Now we can do them literally in a day, back and forth, and then you can actually sign it on a mobile device. So things have changed dramatically, and we've moved along. The world has eliminated jobs through that technology. You think about Volkswagen was just in my office about 3 months ago telling me they're going to have a driverless car. They were in Washington about 3 or 4 weeks ago showing me, they actually took me out on the interstate and showed me how it was going to work. But when you think about that, that means we're going to have driverless trucks, right? And again, jobs that have been very good paying jobs are going away. New jobs and opportunities are being created, but it's been difficulty for people to adapt in many cases, and their futures don't seem as bright as they thought they would be at this point in life, and so you've got turmoil. And obviously that's playing itself out as it should in this presidential race as people are seeking someone who's going to help take them to a better place.